Hello, Kingsmen. Welcome back to the Napoleonic Total War 3 battlefield. Today we are going back to the tournament that I've been covering, and it is another game, 3v3, the Reichsguard versus the Peeps. Today we do have, on the Imperial side, the Reichsguard being played by, Imperial Guard being played by Knight's Cross, Beauregard playing as France, Espagne, and then you have William playing as, Joseph Bonaparte, Spain faction. Now they're taking on the HRE, which is led by Sniper Smith. We do have the UK way in the back here, Peninsular, led by Mosley, and then Johnny Le Buffon, I believe, that's how you're saying it, as the Netherlands. So another epic match. Of course, if you have not seen the other ones, I encourage you to go watch them. This one is a rematch in a way, because these two have faced off already, and it was a hard-fought victory for the Reichsguard. So can the Peeps turn things around in this match? As you can see already, Joseph Bonaparte is sending his men up with the general, of course, of Jean-Baptiste, setting up Chevaliers, Dragoons, more Dragoons, and settling up with the army, behind them. Of course, we do have the heavies of the Imperials. We have the Mamelukes, we have some Lancers, and then, of course, the Grenadier Cheval. Now, the rest of the Imperial Army, the Imperial Guard, it's a lot of Voltigeurs, Chasseurs, I think a Grenadier here and there. We'll see as they stretch out the lines a little bit more. The other French army has some of the cuirassiers, of course, cuirassier, dragoon, lancer, and hussar, and then, of course, two different types of line infantry. So we have the larger legion, bunch of legion infantry, and then you have, well, I think these are more like their lights infantry, and there's no Swiss here, but I feel like there should be Swiss in this army. And then, of course, like some grenadiers, sappers, that sort of thing. General, Salt, and already you can see that the HRE are very, very concentrated in this area. LOC, of course, over here. And this is the same map, mind you guys, that they played before. Instead, it was Prussia over here fighting for this LOC. And how the tables have turned. Now the HRE get a chance to use this hill with the coalition, use this hill and fire down upon the French. Now, this actually is a perfect example of why NTW3 is so amazing. The fight was so hot in this area, enraged over here a little bit. Excuse me. But it may actually end up being over here. Now, there is, of course, some line infantry from the HRE who have taken this LOC. Oh gosh, what did I do? Ignore that whole thing. That was nothing. I basically did nothing and accomplished nothing. So we do have Joseph pushing his men, or I should say, it's Jean-Baptiste. I'm going to say Jean-Baptiste for the Joseph Espagne Bonaparte faction. So we have Jean-Baptiste pushing his infantry up. Of course, all the cavs screening over here, so this actually may be a distraction here. Now, we do have the Netherlands. Netherlands bringing some Carabiniers, Hussars, Dragoons. So, a lot of infantry definitely facing this Imperial faction. Now, Joseph and the French, Spain, are going to bring a lot of line infantry. And they can really help this battle. And the Imperial Guard are going to be well used as a support role in this fight. Hopefully we'll see. Now, of course, we do have the UK so far away. Peninsular, UK so far away from this fight. I think France actually may get there sooner. As you can see already, Jean-Baptiste pushing his infantry into the LOC. He maybe is going to go for oh my goodness, look at this unit. Grand unit here. Fusiliers of the Guard, Royal Guard. Very nice. On a side note, 4K monitors coming in today, so unfortunately I wasn't able to record in 4K today, but tomorrow's video should be in 4K unless something unexpected happens. More of the Royal Guard. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. I'm not gonna lie, I may not care for the French as much in most instances, but They definitely know how to wear a uniform. So already some firing happening here. Are the HRE going to... Yeah, the HRE are going to push up some line infantry here and start firing upon the enemy. Jean-Baptiste have these men up here. Solt's still a little bit in the distance, but his cav is definitely pushed up and very close, very ready to fight. We have some skirmishers also pushing up for Jean-Baptiste. Going to start skirmishing down some HRE. They do have some... HRE does have some dragoons here, but this French cav is going to be able to support this fight already. You can see volleys now being fired already. And this is a massive unit, 262 men. But if you look at the stats, their stats are not the greatest. They make up in numbers what they can't in stats. I mean, they have fezzes. That just shows what kind of an army they are. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to bash the HRE. I've never really played them, so I can't really say one way or the other. So the French obviously are not going to fight for this hill. This is exactly what probably the HRE want them to. You see the artillery setting up on this hill. Now, still they can set up this hill and punish the French as they push, but it's not the same as when the French are, you know, in another battle when the French were lined up here and the artillery was just punching holes in them. But we have UK 6-pounder horse artillery showing up here, as well as some Dragoon Guards, the Blue Horse. There's definitely some heavies for the coalition side. Not going to be very easy for the Imperials, as there are heavies on both sides, but we can see that Jean-Baptiste is ordering his men up. National Guard pushing up first. These guys are probably cheaper, can take over a lot more, be like, kind of like, you know, cannon fodder. Or musket fodder, I guess. This army is going to be a wild card here once they show up. Now, they're going to take a while, and it's going to be the HRE and, of course, the militia masses. I'm interested to see where the Netherlands militia is going to push. If they try pushing down this road, I think maybe... Now, we do have the Imperial Guard guarding the right flank here. So they're going to try pushing, as you can see here. Already hotly contested, smoke now rising from this town. And we do have scouting. This is why scouting is so important here. So these Hussars have found the UK. So many of them. So you can see they are bringing large units, beefy UK units, and they're gonna get themselves out of there. But the fight, of course, raging already. Artillery firing on these light cav of Jean-Baptiste. Solt's still on his way. The regular line volleys, though, starting. Now, this could be an interesting fight to see, you know, who wins, Joseph Bonaparte's men or HRE. We do have skirms setting up on the side. It looks like HRE are kind of consolidating in one little area, which is okay. Consolidating versus stretching your line out, it's better to consolidate in one area. You can back it up easier, you can push and all that. But you can see actually the HRE seem to be pushing back a little. Mortiers under attack from the Imperial Guard. Did not bring Napoleon, so he brought a cheaper general. But the Imperial Guard is going to be holding off against probably the Netherlands. While Jean-Baptiste is going to be pushing up here. He may be trying to go for the in LOC. He's going to take some heavy losses doing so. And the artillery for France has not really started to fire yet. We do have them pushing up here. Oh my goodness. The Lancers of the Imperial Guard getting really picked apart here. That is unfortunate. But the fight is already just fierce. Now, I do believe... Oh no. There's some friendly fire happening here. Unfortunately. And Jean-Baptiste is getting shot in the back by the Imperial Guard, but, you know, at the same time, the Grenadiers are going to go for the house. This is going to be tough to fight against, as, yeah, these guys don't stand a chance against the Imperial Guard. And you see, they're actually advancing infantry up to support it, just in case someone tries to charge in the back. These guys are not going to handle very well against the Imperial Guard Grenadiers. Good luck, HRE, because that is not going to go very well for them. You can see, yeah, so who is this? Solt? Yeah, Solt is going to be probably the one to deal with the UK. He's going to have to be. just due to the fact of positioning. HRE has strong artillery positions. They're going to really start killing off. Oh my goodness, this is so sad to see. Here's the Netherlands, though, and they're probably going to try to go for this LOC, which the French probably are not going to do too much on, but this is a huge bonus here now. The Grenadiers are in this house, and now France has already won part of this building. You see, they're going to start putting up huge hot fire here, shooting them to pieces. And the HRE are going to have to fall back, taking some heavy losses, as you can see. They're really going to have to reassess their positioning. They may have to hope that their artillery can support the army. The UK maybe can help make a push. But we got the French already. Soult already pushing up here. You see the Imperial Guard cav being pushed back. Just defending the flank, they are ignoring the Netherlands. The Netherlands are so slow. They can maybe take out the HRE before their ally gets to them. And right now the HRE are not doing too hot, and they are taking on almost three factions. Once Soult gets his men in here, they're going to be taking on 3 factions alone. So HRE getting isolated immediately in this fight. Artillery now, excellent positioning. And they're going to be able to shoot at the Netherlands as they push. Now, hopefully they're going to take this LOC, I'm sure. But you can see this line has been redrawn here by the French. And huge masses of France easily going to be able to take on the UK. In fact, they're going to start making an aggressive push with their cavalry here. Cuirassiers versus the Dragoons. Not a lot of cav on this side for the HRE. We do have some line infantry that can form square, shifting over to this side. But they're going to go in. Cuirassiers going against the Cuirassiers of the HRE. More cav charging in here as Dragoons are going to take on Dragoons. Oh, what? Wow, so that was actually a very good charge. They charged in, and they definitely took some losses, you can see from the spikes, but they took up this 10-pounder for the HRE. What a crazy play here. Now you can see HRE actually are possibly going to break these Dragoons. We do have some of the UK pushing over some of their cavalry here, but maybe a little too late. Now the HRE didn't take any losses. In fact, France did. So some Lancers going to smack into the side of these Dragoons, but they're going to get charged by some Brunswick Hussars in return here. And France is going to reignite this fight, charging with their Cuirassiers once more. We do have some Dragoons going against the Dragoon Guards. This is going to go poorly, I think, for the French. Oh, the charge in the back, though. The charge in the back could possibly save this fight. Brunswick Hussars trying to support this fight. This could be a very crucial portion of the battle, but you can see these Blue Horse Dragoons actually getting charged in the flank. Is really starting to hurt them. And now these Dragoons may charge back, but you see now Cuirassiers pushing over as well. What? Oh my goodness, sniping the general. So the UK just lost their general. And they're possibly going to lose this cav as they got isolated. Then we brought 2 cav, unfortunately. See the armies actually shifting back. Actually friendly firing, unfortunately. HRE still being focused down. Where is the Netherlands? They probably are still trying to move. They're slower moving units, so it's going to be tough for them to do so. HRE are starting to crumble a little bit. This battle is looking less favorable for the coalition here. Now we do have Voltigeurs charge. Ooh, that was a deadly volley. But following up with some Grenadier Cheval, the Imperial Guard is charging in here, trying to smack through the center here of the HRE. Over here you can see the French did break both cav units of the UK. They have some reserves sitting right here, and they have extras pushing up here. Grenadier Cheval going to easily make mincemeat of these HRE, and some cav maybe countercharge, Cuirassiers countercharge. You need to get some line infantry up nice and close and just fire into, kill your own men, but kill some of these Grenadier Cheval, otherwise they're going to keep breaking you. You can see, unfortunately, Netherlands just wasn't able to get to. This is the thing that I keep having a problem with. I keep losing because I get isolated. I'm the HRE, always the HRE. I get surrounded, isolated, do something stupid, and then I'm stuck, and I die. So the French definitely were very wise in how they pursued this battle, focusing on the center, not trying to push for this hill or the LOC on the side. They focused right where the HRE were. And the UK are now going to have to push up. France, Soult is going to have to assault the hill and push up and take on the UK. And France definitely has some mass. And they're going to have a cav advantage now. There is a 6-pounder horse artillery that is going to help. As you can see, already shooting apart some of these French troops. The HRE are a bit of a mess. They need the... they need these guys. All of this. Because unfortunately, it's so far away that HRE is gonna be dead before it even finishes. The Imperial Guard are, oh my goodness. That was a nasty shot. That took out a lot of these chasseurs. So, Netherlands doing what they can. And they're getting an excellent fire on the flank. Oh, look at this, getting a little revenge here. I see you, Joseph Bonaparte, or Spain. I see you. You're like, you fired my back, I'm gonna fire in yours. I'm just kidding. So, HRE still have not broken, thankfully. The UK, I'm surprised they're not funneling over here to at least try to help here. Although their artillery is in excellent positioning. So they could start focusing on the side before the French get the rest of their troops up. And the first reinforcements showing up maybe just in time to help control this side. Although the HRE, you can see, have only a couple units here. But this mass could easily help. Now, I'm surprised they're leaving so much infantry right here. But they should probably push that over to where the actual fight is happening. The UK do have a lot of troops, so they could go toe-to-toe with the French. If, of course, the French would play fair and fight just one army v one army, but they're not. They're probably going to have their allies helping them, as you should. So, definitely the flank. Look at this. We have line infantry pushing up. The Grenadier Cheval taking a break as they're exhausted. Line infantry pushing up here, and the HRE are just getting pushed back constantly. We do have a huge cav movement here. But this is going to be tough as the French are going to be going up against some heavies of the Netherlands. Nope, they're going for their artillery, though. Memluk's going to go in for this artillery, and they're going to take it out as they're hitting every side at once. And they may lose some of this cav. But these heavies are going to wreck them, as then some hussars are going to charge down the hill, take out these dragoons and chevaliers. But a huge mass pandemonium here, as there's this cav charging into cav here. We do have the dragoons trying to flank these carabineers, who actually are winning slightly. And yeah, France actually doesn't look too hot now. They did take out their artillery, and they took out some of the infantry. And that's giving the French a chance to form up and keep firing on the Netherlands. And actually, these carabineers are still in this fight. Yeah, they still are in the fight, but they're getting taken on. Probably going to get charged again by some dragoons. But HRE sandwiched this dragoon unit of Jean-Baptiste. And the fight keeps raging on. The HRE holding the center. The UK are going to get outnumbered here. So France definitely, the Reichsguard is looking very, very well. They have way more troops, especially now. Like I said, there is a huge mass of Netherlands infantry that could start pushing down the hill. Start pushing this direction, try flanking these French, who are going to start making mincemeat of these small Belgian and Dutch line infantries. HRE are very small and very much in the center only. I would keep pushing the HRE. They're weak. They have been fighting this entire time. Their men are probably, well, some of them are fresh. Active, fresh. Actually, there are some winded ones there. And there's some more over here. So, HRE definitely reforming, but you can see already that, my goodness, they are wavering. The Dutch are already starting to waver here. This attack can still go one way or the other. Now, there, of course, is cav for France to help out on this side against this UK army. But it could still go one way or the other. It really depends on what the rest of the Dutch are going to do. Where's the Grenadier Cheval? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, some guys are going against Jean-Baptiste Cat artillery, 8-pounder, and it's over for them, unfortunately. And they're dead, and the artillery, thankfully, for... Oh, if you're looking on the coalition side, has been silenced. This fight is definitely being a little more stagnant. I'm looking to see if this part maybe shifts the balance, because at this point, this fight could still go one way or the other. HRE has some reserves here. They're shifting over more militia. So they could easily start pushing over here and start flanking this French. This French force right here is a little weaker. Uh-oh. Definitely, the Dutch are doing their best to try to pick off any French units that are vulnerable here. And now they're going to charge, HRE going to charge these Chevaliers, Westphalian Chevaliers in the back. But I think the HRE are definitely not going to do as well. You see the wavering for the Netherlands, so they may have to get HRE troops back in. Now, we do have the UK finally getting engaged, although I think they're just out of range. Oh no, it's a musket bug. This looks like a musket bug. There we go. That was unfortunate. Some of these units aren't even firing. That's kind of a... Oh my gosh. That artillery is doing terrible things to the French. That's probably why they're shifting over some dragoons here. Maybe try to charge up and deal with that. French are... I don't think they're in range. I honestly don't think they're in range. We do have line infantry getting charged here, going against the square. Like I said, the cav definitely not doing too hot, as the UK don't have any cav really to send. More line infantry going in. They're trying to break this square here. And we do have some cuirassiers going against more of the UK infantry who formed square. And what a punishing volley they gave them. You see over here the Dutch are starting to break apart, but they have masses that are going to start pushing on the flank. So the French definitely not looking too hot on this angle. HRE has some reserves as well, so not the greatest. I'm excited to see how this push goes. You can see the UK are definitely having some routing as the cav is just coordinating with the line infantry. Now they did lose some of their lancers, but this artillery is still really punishing any French that get too close to them. The cav honestly is trying to focus on that, although they can't, because line infantry are sitting right here guarding as well as some HRE cav. You see the UK are going to fall back once more. This cav, these hussars, probably going to try to get them to stop and to form a square. I was thinking the French are going to start winning on this side. That is good, because I think this French army that is exhausted is about to feel the full weight of the Dutch. The Netherlands are going to push up and start flanking in. There's not a lot of units here. Most of them are still waging a fight, which actually now the HRE are holding their ground. They're actually doing well. And no one's really making any headway, so the flanks are where this is going to have to continue. Now, I love this push here. Look at these units continually pushing. The UK are going to continually have to keep falling back, and the French are almost behind the coalition now. I think what they're doing, what Sult's strategy is, these large units are to stand and fight. These units, I believe, you guys correct me in the comments, I think these have better melee stats. So they're using a little more aggressively, firing, reloading, and then charging in here. Now there's a slight hill. It's artillery probably still... Oh! Is artillery gonna get charged? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're wavering? Nah, they're fine. And these dragoons probably are going to break here. But here comes a massive push, now that the artillery's gone especially. Huge cav fight, probably for this artillery, which is still alive. The Grenadier Cheval and Chevaliers and Dragoons trying to break the flank of the Netherlands. Netherlands have no choice but to leave a squareable and push forward and try to break this flank before they get charged in the back with all their militia and mass rout. See line infantry once more into the fray. They're getting countercharged by some Cumberland gentlemen. Predator Cheval very much still in this fight. The Netherlands doing what they can. I mean, they're going to even push one unit up to be able to shoot in the back if the French decide to charge in the rear of them. And unfortunately, just, man, the UK are just having a tough time of it. They're shifting over troops here. Definitely playing well, though. I mean, both sides are supporting their allies as best they can. The UK are being outnumbered, though. You see, once more, reforming the lines. Once more, they've lost true line infantry. This strategy is working well for the French. You can see that actually the French are pushing in the back lines here, trying to go for the back. And they can cause a mass rout here. Look at these Grenadiers. These Chasseurs trying to hold a thin line. Flagbearer is still even there. He has gloves on. The Dutch are going to probably... Oh, this artillery came back. So it definitely look at this. It looks like a question mark. You just need an LSC to be taken. No, the artillery's the dot. It's like a whoop. It's a hook. It's like Gettysburg. This is literally the Gettysburg formation. We do have artillery getting charged here in the back lines. It's sad to see not having a good cav advantage anymore. I mean, I feel for them. But I'm a Reichsguard man, you know? So, gotta see them win. But they are playing well as they can, considering... And this fight now, I think this is the most stagnant fight for a very long time. Talk about a fight of attrition, and the French are fighting uphill. So shooting uphill, they do have some Imperial Guard here, probably to help make the fire more deadly. This is rough. The UK are just in a total, almost semicircle now. The Dutch are going to have to push as the French wisely are falling back. And they're going to face the massive militia unit. They're going to have to probably use their cav a little more aggressively. But you can see there's line infantry trying to stop them from being able to use it. They just got to turn the UK and it'll be over. They just got to turn the UK and this French army will push. Now, I think they obviously can do that. What you should do is you should have units sitting right here. They can fire in the corner and they aren't going to even get shot at. These units are firing this direction, so these guys are going to be totally... Now, of course, the UK are reforming their line wisely. These units are going to keep just pouring in some volleys on them. It's going to be brutal and tough, to be sure. Just listen to those regular musket volleys. There's 30 minutes left in this replay as well. I think the French have found their place where they can go for it. Right here, look at this big gap in the lines. I would just push up guys, go this way and this way. You know, make a... Like you can fire in the flank on both sides, which of course the French are going to push up here. And you can see that the UK are going to have to reform once more. We do have units pushing forward, getting very close. My goodness. Oh, getting charged by Coldstream Guard, though. Oh, my goodness. Coldstream Guard maybe not going to... Yeah, they're going to break. But not before they probably pushed back and gave their units a chance to reform. Poor Coldstream Guard. It's a valiant unit. And HRE are forming in the back lines as they've been totally surrounded here. This line's being a little extended. The reserves that were in the town are now pushing up to kind of try to combat the Dutch mass. Grenadier Cheval are exhausted. And they'll need to do something maybe as The Netherlands definitely are putting a heavy fight, not letting things fall. Maybe they're going to fall back to this hill. That'd actually be pretty good. If they fell back all the way, just fall back into this valley, up this hill, and then form a line with the Dutch. You know, just form a line right along here. Oh, I do here. Oh, this is the weakness now. These HRE are shaken. Yeah, there we go. And the French are once more going to push up. It's French everywhere over the hill. Oh, a general has died? Oh wow, cherry pickers. What? They just killed a general. Well, that's okay. The French are definitely winning here. Although the Netherlands is definitely winning here. We do have possibly some exhausted Grenadier Cheval being asked to take one more final charge here. Gonna try to smack the backs of the militia, although they are turning and facing this Cav, so this is not gonna go well. But you know, you have to do it. Nope, they're gonna fall back. But the French are losing over on this side here. But at the same time, of course, they are pushing here. You can see actually the coalition is falling back. Probably they're going to try to reform with their ally here and then try to push this flank and turn that flank, which is very possible. They need these cuirassiers. Need to shift over here and deal with the Dutch. They can't form squares. They are the perfect target for all the cav in the world. Some more of the, oof, look at that. The last of the Imperial Guard on that side. Oh my goodness, so they did charge in with some hussars. And seem to have broke a couple units. Going against a Highland foot. Some Grenadiers possibly going to go in with the Grenadier Cheval, which they are being able to rest a little bit now. But France needs to keep being very aggressive, and they're going to keep pushing on the flank, and there's not enough troops probably here to deal with that. You see a lot of troops getting shot as French are using their cav to stop the HRE from being able to really fall back. And this is a massive hole in the line. Oh, more Dragoons going in against the back. Trying to mass rout maybe some of the UK. These brave Dragoons, there's not even that many of them. You see they're getting shot or stabbed, and they are going to break. But it looks like actually some cuirassiers charge in the back, and they're going to let the French push up with some of their line infantry as well. And you see that actually the UK may have a mass rout here. Oh, it may be it if there was only one more cav unit. If they had one more cav unit, it'd be perfect. But the HRE are gone. They have a couple units here. UK are gone, so this battle is just up to the Dutch. And as you can see, things are not what they appear to be. As the Grenadier Cheval now going to charge in here, along with some Grenadiers, who are going to engage them immediately. And this may be the beginning of the end now. There's a small amount of HRE left, but they're going to get surrounded by the French. French are going to start pushing, and the Netherlands is going to be caught holding a hill, which, ironically enough, this is where the last battle between the Peeps and the Reichsguard started and ended. It's on this hill, and that's where it didn't start, but it ended. Or is going to end on this hill still. And let's hit a little fast forward here. You can see that, yeah, the Grenadiers are making short work of these Dutch. These Grenadier Cheval, honestly, are pretty exhausted, so they're probably not going to be very much more effective, but you never know. They're going to keep chopping up. The Grenadier Cheval, ooh. Getting shot in their face. That's gotta not be fun. But yeah, the French are gonna start pushing up here. Man. They're gonna break them, and yeah. Mass routing now. It's all on the Dutch, which you can see they're starting to break here. It's probably a matter of time before they join their comrades in routing, as yeah, the mass route is gonna start pretty soon here. And these Grenadier Cheval have definitely served the purpose. They're down to 24 men. But they did their purpose, and they did it well. And there's still some Imperial Guard that are pretty healthy. Let me see, they're just going to turn the flank here, and it is over. There's a couple... Nah, there's nothing. Nothing left, except for this one National Militia. And some HRE. And a general who is fighting in the front lines against some oh, he was fighting Edward Mortier. What a, yeah, using your general, you know. Enemy general has slain. This is probably gonna cause the routage. And what a good game. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem was that the French used their speed and maneuverability to get around, basically to focus on sniper. Mosley was so far away, unfortunately, just where he deployed that by the time he got to the battle, and as well as Johnny. They both were so far away, unfortunately. They came after HRE were basically gone, and HRE brought the most men, as you can see. So, I'm curious how many the Grenadier Cheval got. 273 kills. Imperial Army is small but elite. Most 146, so that is about it for me today, guys. Thank you for joining me. More videos to come. Like I said, 4K coming soon. I'm excited to get some 1212 AD, especially with that. 1212 AD in 4K is the most beautiful thing you'll ever see. And I'm excited to do that. And of course, getting these battles in 4K will be glorious. So, you guys have a great yesterday. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.